The recreational vehicle service industry generates $4.2 billion annually by convincing owners that basic maintenance tasks require professional mechanics charging $125 per hour. 5 specific repairs account for 60% of service appointments, and every single one of these repairs can be completed by the owner with basic hand tools and zero specialized knowledge in under 2 hours. The service industry does not want you to know this, because a $15 part you install yourself does not generate the $380 service ticket they bill when you bring the unit to their shop. Dealerships and independent service centers have built entire business models around repairs so simple that the actual work takes 20 minutes, while you wait 3 weeks for an appointment and pay for an hour of labor. We are going to expose the 5 repairs the industry uses as profit centers, show you exactly how to complete them yourself, and reveal which repairs you should never attempt because the risks exceed any possible savings. The service industry markup structure is designed to maximize profit on high-volume simple repairs while using complex repairs as loss leaders to get units into the shop. When you call for an appointment because your water pump is not working, the service writer quotes you $285 to $340 for pump replacement. This sounds reasonable because you assume the pump costs $200 and labor is $85. The reality is that the pump costs $65 wholesale, takes 15 minutes to replace, and requires nothing more than a screwdriver and an adjustable wrench. The service center is charging you $220 to $275 for 15 minutes of work that you could complete yourself after watching a 10-minute YouTube video. The financial incentive to keep you dependent on service centers is massive. The average recreational vehicle owner spends $1,200 to $1,800 annually on maintenance and repairs. If you eliminate the 5 simple repairs from that total, your annual service cost drops to $400 to $600. The service industry loses $800 to $1,200 per customer per year when owners learn to handle basic maintenance. Multiply that across millions of recreational vehicle owners, and you understand why the industry actively discourages do-it-yourself repairs through fear tactics, warranty threat language, and deliberate complexity in owner manuals. Repair number 1 is water pump replacement. The 12-volt demand water pump is the component that pressurizes your freshwater system. When you open a faucet, the pressure drop triggers the pump to run and deliver water. These pumps fail at predictable intervals because manufacturers use the cheapest pumps available. A SureFlow or FlowJet pump costs the manufacturer $45 to $55. They install it knowing it will last 3 to 5 years. When it fails, the symptoms are obvious. You hear the pump running continuously, or you get no water pressure, or you hear loud cycling with pulsing water flow. The replacement process is identical across nearly all recreational vehicles, regardless of brand or model. The pump mounts in an accessible compartment, usually under a dinette seat or in an exterior storage bay. 4 screws hold the pump to a mounting bracket. 2 barbed fittings connect the inlet and outlet water lines. The pump has 2 wire connections for 12-volt power. To replace the pump, you turn off the water pump circuit breaker, release the hose clamps on the water lines, disconnect the 2 wires, remove the 4 mounting screws, and reverse the process with the new pump. Total time is 20 minutes. Total cost for a quality SureFlow pump is $85 if you buy retail. The dealer charges $285 to $340 for the same job. The only tool requirements are a screwdriver and pliers. The only skill requirement is the ability to identify which wires go to which terminals. The wires are color-coded and the terminals are labeled. You cannot install the pump incorrectly unless you deliberately ignore the markings. The water lines are barbed fittings with hose clamps. You loosen the clamp, pull the hose off the barb, slide it onto the new pump barb, and tighten the clamp. This is the same process you use to replace a garden hose fitting. Repair number 2 is converter replacement. The converter transforms 120-volt shore power into 12-volt DC power to run lights, fans, water pump, and charge batteries. Converters fail because manufacturers install undersized units that overheat under sustained load. A properly sized converter for a typical travel trailer should deliver 45 to 55 amps continuous output. Manufacturers install 30 amp converters to save $90 per unit. The converter runs hot, the components degrade, and the unit fails at 4 to 6 years. The failure symptoms include no 12-volt power when plugged into shore power, batteries not charging, or a burning smell from the converter location. The replacement process requires you to turn off all power at the breaker panel and the battery disconnect. The converter mounts in the power distribution panel, which is usually in a closet or under a bed. 4 to 6 screws hold the converter in the panel. The 120-volt input connects with wire nuts. The 12-volt output connects to a terminal block. You photograph the wire connections before disconnecting anything, remove the mounting screws, disconnect the wires, mount the new converter. Reconnect the wires matching your photos and restore power. The Progressive Dynamics 4600 series converter is the industry standard replacement. A 45 amp model costs $185 retail. Installation time is 30 to 45 minutes. The dealer charges $450 to $550 for converter replacement. You save $265 to $365 by doing the work yourself. The only specialized knowledge required is understanding that you must turn off all power sources before working on electrical components. If you can replace a light switch in your house, you can replace a recreational vehicle converter. Repair number 3 is toilet seal replacement. The flush valve seal on recreational vehicle toilets degrades from chemical exposure and UV damage if the toilet sits unused. When the seal fails, water leaks from the bowl into the holding tank. You hear water running continuously, and your freshwater tank empties while the black tank fills. The replacement seal costs $12 to $18. The dealer charges $180 to $240 for seal replacement, plus a $95 diagnostic fee because they claim they need to verify the seal is the problem before ordering the part. The replacement process requires you to turn off the water supply to the toilet, flush to empty the bowl, and remove the 4 bolts holding the toilet to the floor flange. You lift the toilet off the flange, flip it over, remove the old seal from the flush valve mechanism, install the new seal, and reverse the process. Total time is 25 minutes. The seal just presses into a groove. There are no tools beyond a wrench to remove the floor bolts and a screwdriver to adjust the water supply connection if needed. The toilet manufacturers designed the seal to be user replaceable because they know it is a wear item that fails every 5 to 8 years. Thetford and Dometic both sell seal replacement kits with instructions included. The instructions are 3 steps with photos. The service industry treats this as a professional repair because owners assume anything involving plumbing requires expertise. The expertise required is the ability to turn 4 bolts and press a rubber seal into a groove. Repair number 4 is furnace sail switch replacement. The sail switch is a safety device that verifies the furnace blower is moving air before allowing the gas to ignite. The switch fails because it is a mechanical component subjected to thousands of heating cycles. When the sail switch fails, the furnace blower runs, but the burner never ignites. You get fan noise but no heat. The dealer diagnostic fee is $125. Then they quote $280 to $340 for sail switch replacement. The switch costs $22. The replacement takes 15 minutes. The furnace access panel is usually on the exterior of the unit or inside a cabinet. You remove 4 to 6 screws to access the furnace. The sail switch mounts on the side of the blower housing with 2 screws. 2 wires connect to spade terminals on the switch. You disconnect the wires, remove the mounting screws, install the new switch, reconnect the wires, and test the furnace. The part is specific to your furnace model, so you need to identify whether you have a Suburban or Atwood furnace and provide the model number when ordering the switch. The part is available from any recreational vehicle parts supplier and ships within 2 days. The installation requires a screwdriver and the ability to pull wires off spade terminals and push them back on. The service center charges $280 to $340 because they know most owners do not know the furnace is a simple device with readily available parts. They use terminology like sail switch and limit switch to make the repair sound complex. These are mechanical switches identical to the switches in your home furnace. Repair number 5 is slide-out seal replacement. Slide-out seals prevent water and air intrusion when the slide is extended. The seals are rubber bulb or wiper-style seals that run the perimeter of the slide out. They degrade from UV exposure, ozone, and temperature cycling. When seals fail, you get water intrusion, drafts, and increased heating and cooling costs. The dealer charges $800 to $1,200 for slide seal replacement, claiming it requires specialized tools and precise installation. The seals cost $120 to $180 for a complete set. The installation requires a heat gun and a rubber mallet. The old seals pull out of the mounting channel by hand or with pliers. The channel is an aluminum extrusion that runs the perimeter of the slide opening. You clean the channel with alcohol, cut the new seal to length, warm it with a heat gun to make it flexible, and press it into the channel using your hands and a rubber mallet for the corners. The process is identical to installing weather stripping on a house door. You work around the perimeter, pressing the seal into the channel until it seats completely. Total time for a typical slide out is 90 minutes to 2 hours, including cleaning and preparation. The service industry claims special training is required because they want you to believe the seals must be installed with precise tension and alignment. The seals are self-aligning. The channel design holds the seal in position. As long as you press the seal fully into the channel, the installation is correct. You verify proper installation by extending and retracting the slide while watching for seal compression against the slide wall. If the seal compresses evenly around the perimeter, the installation is correct. These 5 repairs represent 60% of service appointments at recreational vehicle dealers and independent service centers. The total parts cost for all 5 repairs is approximately $440. The total dealer cost for the same repairs is $2,225 to $2,690. You save $1,785 to $2,250 by learning to handle these basic maintenance tasks yourself. The time investment to complete all 5 repairs is approximately 5 hours spread across the lifespan of your recreational vehicle. The dealer wants you to believe you need professional help for tasks that require nothing more than basic hand tools and the ability to follow simple instructions. The repairs you should never attempt are structural modifications, refrigerator repairs, and anything involving the propane system beyond replacing an external regulator. These repairs require specialized knowledge, specific tools, and carry risks that exceed any financial savings. Structural modifications to frames, walls, or roof structures can compromise the integrity of the unit and create safety hazards. Refrigerator absorption cooling units contain pressurized ammonia systems that are dangerous to service without proper training and recovery equipment. Propane system work beyond external components requires pressure testing equipment and knowledge of code requirements that prevent leaks and explosions. The protection strategy is to learn the 5 simple repairs, develop confidence through successful completion, and recognize when professional help is actually required. Buy a basic toolkit with screwdrivers, wrenches, pliers, and a multimeter. Watch manufacturer installation videos before attempting repairs. Order parts from reputable suppliers who provide technical support. Document your work with photos so you can reverse the process if needed. Start with the simplest repair, the toilet seal, and build your skills before attempting the converter replacement. The service industry will continue profiting from simple repairs as long as owners accept that professional mechanics are required for basic maintenance. They will continue using technical terminology and fear tactics to discourage do-it-yourself work. But the 5 repairs we exposed are designed by manufacturers to be owner-serviceable. The parts are readily available. The procedures are simple. The tools are basic. Stop paying $2,200 for repairs you can complete yourself for $440. Learn these 5 repairs and you eliminate 60% of your service costs while maintaining your unit better than dealers who rush through appointments to maximize billable hours.